on the kettle for tea. Jack just needs his rest, he said. While waiting for the water, he buttered 2 pieces of brown bread and put some chicken inside. He drank a cup of tea between bites of a sandwich, washed his face in the sink, and dried his beard on a tea towel. Then he poured some tea into a thermos and made a second sandwich for his coat pocket. Jack had rested his chin on the edge of the cot again. His eyes were squeezed shut. "That's it, boy," Henry said, convincing himself the dog had followed his instructions. "Get some sleep." He turned out the lights and left. The morning was quiet, the village black as coal. The neighboring cottages sat dark and silent and shuddered against the cold. Henry paused in the road, gauging the sky. The only weather was the frigid wind, shifting the clouds to the north. He got in the van and warmed the engine, revving it as gently as he dared. He dreaded disturbing people with his odd hours. "Here we go then," he whispered, putting the van in gear. His breath steamed up the windshield. He brought the van between the hedgerows. As the road turned, his headlights picked up the pub sign, a faded black ram's head swinging in the wind, followed by the post office and the shop. Just like that, he'd left Chalk. He continued west toward Springmer. Soon, lights glowed in silent barns. The road swelled under the beginnings of hills. Patches of gray appeared to the east. Approaching Springmer, signs boasted business: Tudor bed and breakfast, organic fruit farm, Swiss medical clinic. In the center of the village, a thatched cottage tilted beside a duck pond, a banner draped across the eaves advertising country bygones. The van's engine clattered. Henry put his hand on the dash as if calming an animal. A few years ago, he'd had a flat tire in the center of town, right in front of the chocolate shop. He thought he'd never survive the stares of Springmer's villagers. The clatter disappeared. Henry rolled the van quietly through the village and out into the grazing lands dotted with sheep, past the plowed fields where sparrows circled, searching for worms. In the distance, there approached a glorious abundance of trees. It was the wood surrounding Burgess Green. "There's beech," Henry said, pointing. "Willows, lots of them. An Irish yew there." Henry loved trees. He slowed as he approached them, craning his neck and gawking. Maple, birch, and an old ash behind that barn. Look at that. The road sunk as it fronted the river bottom and rose gradually to a small stone church with stained glass windows bulging out of their iron frames.